Basketball, a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the lane. 6. You want to put on a show here.
You already know. Hank, you know, I was thinking about at the beginning of each show doing a over or under of how many times ZZ is going to be disrespectful to LeBron James each episode. I really want to take account. I was really considering that because I know it's going to be happening like every episode. So I'm really watching you, man. Drop a bomb for ZZ being disrespectful to the king.
I love you, my precious king. Let me just put that out there. They mistaken my being honest about your old ass needs for hate. Love you, my precious king.
You just witnessing greatness. You witnessing greatness. And it's going down tonight, boys and girls. A trip to Vegas is on the line. The Lakers are hosting the Phoenix Suns in the in-season tournament quarterfinals. We got to break it down. This is LAKERLAND episode 27, man. Salute the Lakers Nation, man. I'm your host, moderator, as always, Seven Mitchell in the building, man. Of course, you see I got Mr. Box Office himself in the building. We got ZZ in the building. ZZ, what's happening, brother?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. I'm excited for this game. Right now, I'm trying to finish my bet or putting in my bet. That is. So.
Okay,
sir.
Never ready to rock, man. Going to be another great episode 27, man. Shout out to Lakers Nation, of course. Big up to the NBA community. And, of course, big up to our Players Choice family. We got another classic episode on deck this evening. So shout out to you guys for joining us tonight. Again, we're talking about the Lakers and the Sun. We got to give our preview on tonight's quarterfinal games. The trip to Vegas is on the line. ZZ, myself, and Hank is going to break this thing down. Then, of course, we got to talk about the Untouchables on the Lakers outside of the superstars. Who should the Lakers not trade this season? When we talk about adjustments for this roster, we're going to kind of break that down. We also got to give our report card on the starting five of the Los Angeles Lakers, the initial starting five that Darvin Ham came up with at the beginning of the year. Myself, Hank, and ZZ are going to give our report card grades on those 5 players. And I believe we may actually have an open court segment before the end of the show. So make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the Players Choice channel if you are new, and become a member as well, man. Join the family, become a member here at Players Choice, man. We definitely appreciate you guys so much. Tonight is the night, Hank. It's all about Vegas, baby. When we talk about keys to victory with the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns, I want to get into the keys of victory real quick. What would you say are the keys for the Lakers to get the win tonight versus Phoenix? They've already beaten Phoenix twice so far the regular season, and they're playing at home tonight. So what are the keys for LA to get the W tonight, Hank?
I say tempo. I feel like they should push the tempo early and often. D'Lo himself, he feels like he plays better when he pushes the tempo, and LeBron James himself, he plays better with fast breaks on this team, this current roster, and also just attacking the glass and controlling the rebounds offensively and defensively. I think if they do that, they should be fine.
What about you, ZZ? What's the keys to the Lakers getting a W tonight versus Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns?
Anthony Davis. That's the key. That's the key right there. I'm all for the LeBron versus KD showdown. Like, everybody know them two gonna cook. They cook each other all the time. That's what they do for fun. That's how they bond. But the X factor for the Phoenix Suns is Devin Booker, and then the other X factor for the Lakers is Anthony Davis. So if Anthony Davis goes out there when he matches up with useless Nurkic, when he matches up with Nurkic, he should go out there. Like I told you, I bring it up all the time, pretty much like every couple episodes. AD's opening preseason matchup against the Suns, where he blocked Nurkic like 4 times in the first quarter, en route to a dominant performance. that's something that is needed in matchups like this, especially when you are clearly the better big man, in this scenario, better player, all that. So AD, if he shows up, Lakers are going to be fine. If he's eating on the glass, if he's protecting the rim, if he's scoring, if he's playing with a high motor, like, they'll be fine. That's what they need.
Tonight is a huge, huge game, fellas. So much is on the line just tonight alone when you think about it, because, now it's one and done when you talk about tournament play. So if they lose tonight to Phoenix, they eliminated from their chances of getting the money. But if they win tonight, they go on to Vegas. And if they win, they will supposedly be playing the Pelicans on Thursday night, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to lose Thursday, the Lakers wouldn't play anymore until Tuesday, December the 12th. So if they win tonight, they got a chance still to get the money. And even if they lose Thursday for whatever reason in Vegas to the Pelicans, they get a lot of rest going into next week. So it's huge that they win tonight, because if they lose tonight, they're then going to have to play, I think, who is it, Portland or Milwaukee? There's somebody that they're going to have to play Friday. So they're hoping to really get this win tonight, because they have advantages one way or another, depending on how things go down Thursday. I agree with both of you guys as far as the key to victory tonight. They need to start off early. Of course, efficiency is just going to be a huge thing. Turnovers, it's really hard to really play that. When we talk about the Lakers, I just hope that they're shooting to help they come out just hot, playing at home. They've played at home overall so far this season. So I'm just expecting them to keep that momentum going at home. As you can see, they're 8-2 right now at the crypto. So I don't know. It's going to be tough to beat the Phoenix Suns 3 times in a row, but the money is on the line. What do you think about the matchup with KD and LeBron, Hank?
Another box office matchup. They're going to go for it. You know that. I think they both going to show up. They know it's prime time. This is like a mini finals appearance for both of them. So I think they're going to go at it and put on a good performance. They did the last time as well. So I think it's going to be a good matchup between the two.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's winning tonight and why, ZZ?
I have a feeling tonight that it's going to be the Phoenix Suns, and why? It's because of that cold. Well, I can't cuss. That cold, bad man, Devin Booker. I'm trying to find the most PG way to say that's a cold mother. You know what? Devin Booker, bro. I just have a feeling that he just might have to show up just for the one time. It might not. Devin Booker is the type of player where he's playing alongside Kevin Durant, and he can have a better night than Kevin Durant. He can have a better 3-quarter stretch than Kevin Durant, and his night still be over with because he's had 50 in 3 quarters like he did, I think, last season at some point, or it might have been 2 seasons ago, don't remember. But Devin Booker could just get his own. And especially when you're matching him up with somebody that, like I said, I don't know who's really going to be guarding D-Book tonight, but KD, he going to cook regardless. Devin Booker, on the other hand, is that other piece where it's like, depending on who's guarding him, he might go for 25 plus, 30 plus, 35 plus, however much you feel like. So I think it's going to be the Suns and a little KD Book showdown.
You give me vibes that Devin Booker is the best player on the Phoenix Suns. Is that the case when it comes to you?
Shooting in the playoffs last year, he was. Sorry. Talk to me nice. Y'all know that.
That is crazy.
Y'all know that.
Insane, bro.
Now look, I'm not saying that he's the better player than Kevin Durant. What I'm saying is that he has that I'm the best shooting guard in the league complex about him, where it's like you sleep on him for a week and then he reminds you who he is the next week. Same exact way that Haliburton is cooking right now. That man is a top 3-point guard in the league right now. I'm sorry. Talk to me nicely. 50, 40, 90, got you. 20 and 10.
I'm not
cooking Drew Holiday's ass, belt to ass last night on Drew Holiday. Good Lord. Stop playing with that man. 0 turnovers. Tell me what else you want in a point guard. You want him to get you 30? He can do that for you. You want him to be efficient while doing it? He can do that for you. You want him to knock down free throws? Russell Westbrook, he can do that for you. You want him to get you 10 assists? He can do that for you. You want absolutely perfection in terms of no turnovers? He can do that for you. What else you need? Tell me why he ain't a top 3 point guard right now.
He clutch.
I mean,
too.
I don't really want to.
Any clutch.
Now that's my thing. How are we identifying that Tyrese Haliburton is clutch? What real moments has he shown or been in to have to prove that when we're talking about the top point guards in the league? Because we've seen what Kyrie Irving and the Damian Lillards, we've seen what they have done in clutch time in the postseason when it counts the most. We watched Dame eliminate OKC. We watched Kyrie help Golden State. Cleveland come back down 3-1. So, what elements have we ever seen of Tyrese Haliburton to feel like he's the top 3 player or top 3 point guard in the league just because of what we're seeing in this regular season?
So I said right now, and last night he cooked the best team in the Eastern Conference. He shook an all-league defender in Drew Holiday out of his boots twice in the same quarter. Not to mention the clutch performance that he had last night with that incredible 3-point shot from Curry level deep with the and one to match.
Yep.
So,
4-point play.
not to mention the fact that the whole reason that the Pacers even got cooking in the first place was because of Tyrese Haliburton's start of the third quarter. He finished the quarter with 8 points, but this man was absolutely destroying the tempo from the Boston, taking the tempo away from the Boston Celtics.
You're being prisoners of the moment.
I'm not. And
No,
if
all his games
really
this year, 7. He been triple double.
Have you
What, he had
looked at this
9
man's
point in one
stats?
quarter?
Listen to what you're saying to me. All
Yes.
the games this year. You cannot measure you being the top point guard off of the sample size of a quarter of the regular seasons this year. He's having a career season, no doubt about it. He may be having the best season at the point guard position, but he is not the top point guard. He's not been in those situations to prove it yet. So that's what I'm saying. We're totally going to bypass what we've witnessed Kyrie and Damian Lillard and some of these other point guards go through at a point. You have to be in those situations and be successful in order for me to consider you at the top, not just because you're having an unbelievable season. I think there's two different things.
I feel that. I do feel that. Pull up Cole's comment though. We did it with Luka. That's a prime.
We did what with Luka? I never considered Luka the top point guard in the NBA. I've never considered Luka Doncic as the top point guard in the NBA. When have you ever heard me say that?
Okay, fair point. But now that I think about it, why have you not considered Luka Doncic the top 3 point guard in the NBA? Do you know who Luka Doncic is? Do you know who that man is? How is he not? Oh, it's because he's European. I forgot. But how
he's not?
Tell me how he's not. Luka.
I know a lot of people like to say he's not a point
he
guard.
He doesn't have better court vision than LeBron James. He doesn't have better court vision than LeBron James.
LeBron is not a point guard, 7.
Let's start.
He's not.
Neither is Luka to me. Neither is Luka. Neither is Luka to me.
So name your top 5 point guards currently.
Dame.
Oh,
Kyrie,
five.
Steph. Chris. I would say Chris Paul still in that top 5. And give me another one. I like De'Aaron Fox. But I like Ja Morant a little better. I think Ja Morant is more box office. So I'm putting Ja up there. That's my top 5. Those guys have proven to me in regular season and postseason.
Luka's proven more in the postseason than Chris Paul has. I'm sorry. Chris Paul got to the finals, but Luka was damn near there, and he's still done more in postseason than Chris Paul. Oh God, that one's interesting. Do you know what Luka Doncic averages in the postseason? Like historic numbers for someone that young, cooking, like coming from Europe.
I read this book before LeBron James. LeBron has done all this before. Everything that you're going to tell me about Luka and what he's done at a young age, LeBron has
Oh
done.
my
it.
God. Oh
Am
my
I
God.
lying? Am I lying?
So
Am I
seven.
lying?
Has LeBron done it recently? Has LeBron James done it recently?
Bugging out, bro. Let's look at this tournament real quick, man, before we go into the next topic. As we look at, the bracket itself, Hank, how do you predict this thing going to end right now? Starting with tonight, the Lakers basically looking to hopefully only have to have played 3 games this week. They need to get the win tonight, but how does this thing actually end?
I'm looking at the Lakers to win tonight. That's my pick, and I believe they could definitely beat New Orleans. I think they can make it to the championship round. Torn against the Milwaukee Bucks in the New York Knicks, but if I had to put my money on it, I'm going with the Bucks. And the way Indiana's playing right now, I'm going with Indy. And I say Indy and Lakers in the championship round in Vegas.
So you got the Pacers and the Lakers in the championship.
Yep.
The Tyrese Haliburton kid, the one you guys are praising, is in the championship facing the King. That's what you have.
That whole team playing
Seven,
good right now.
You better catch on real quick. You better catch up. You better stop playing with them boys. You ain't watching. We know.
What about you? What about you, ZZ? How does the rest of this bracket end?
It's gonna be. I'm with Hank. It might mess around and be the Indiana Pacers in that thing. I could see it. I was looking at that team last night. The way them boys is playing with joy, the amount of gems on that team that get unlocked when they're in Indiana. Good Lord. But nonetheless, I could see the Lakers in the championship though. I could see them in there for sure because I think the fact that they are already undefeated, I think that they're gonna, if they mess around and win tonight, even though I think Phoenix is. If they mess around and win, they might win the whole thing. I genuinely think that they would. Even if Indiana's there, Milwaukee, New York, like if the Lakers make it to the championship, they are going to win it. They're going to. They're going to take it. I think they would take it the most seriously out of any of the remaining teams. Because it's like, how Braun is. Braun took the All-Star game seriously when he was captain and he was on like a 5-year win streak. Braun gonna win that in-season tournament. If he get there, he's gonna win that thing. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
33 used to be good back in the day.
Yeah, that's a fact. Steph Curry and them, they destroyed that.
Changed the game.
Yep.
They did.
All right, LAKERLAND, smash that like button, man. This is episode 27. We're about to get into our next topic. I want to talk about our main topic of this evening, the Untouchables, man. I want to talk about guys who Rob Pelinka should not be putting in trade proposals when we talk about improvements for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, of course, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, I feel like, and I guess we all feel like are untouchable. But when you look at the bench players, let's go from the last game. When you look at who is suited up, are there any guys to you, ZZ, from this list that you feel like are untouchable or should not be in any trade proposal for the Lakers unless it's like a superstar deal?
I say Reeves by default, Rui Hachimura, and then the last spot, honestly, Max Christie. I don't think that they should trade him at all. I think that they know that they shouldn't trade him. I think they just keep needing to let him develop. I think that they know that as well. So if they were to give that away to get something in return, unless, of course, it's a superstar deal or whatever, but if they were to give that away and it flopped, I feel like if he was elsewhere in a situation hypothetical like that, he might be one of them gems, like Shea ended up being. Not necessarily as good as Shea, but Shea ended up getting traded from the Clippers. Went to Oklahoma City, and then now the Clippers are like, damn,
we should have kept him.
We kept that, but Max Christie, I see why they like him.
MSU.
Did I say this last week?
It's crazy.
That's a lie.
Greatest Laker ever last. I don't think he said that. No, he said you said You said that, or I think Bit
LeBron
said
James is the greatest player to ever put on a Laker uniform. That's
Yeah.
what I
that's
said.
what he said. That's
I
what he
said
said.
Kobe is the greatest Laker. I started it out with saying that. My
He
God,
did
I
say
gotta
that.
talk to the bosses about the line. Jesus Christ. All right. What about you, Hank? Who would you say is untouchable as far as the bench go, as far as the role players? Who would you really want to keep?
Well, we looking at the bench. Absolutely, AR-15. Rui was such a steal, man. You cannot give him up without getting something back good in return. When he comes back healthy, I think he's gonna be a plus. I think he's playing tonight. And beyond that, I don't know. I think everyone else can be touched. Even maybe even Vando. Is it Vando starting right now? Is he tonight?
No, Randall is
Okay,
not
so yeah.
starting. The last game, these were the starters for the game versus the Rockets the other night. Cam Reddish, LeBron, Prince, AD, and D'Angelo Russell. Those were the starting
Yeah.
five.
So I think he could be using the trade, but of course you want to get someone that's solid, and it's what's out there right now besides Zach LaVine.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all, like, are we? Maybe it's me. I don't want to say it's y'all. Maybe it's me. I think y'all are tripping. Y'all saying keep Austin Reeves, keep Rui Hachimura. That's your trade value. What do you think you're gonna have? You're gonna have to give up something if we're talking about bringing in an all-star or another potential star. How you think we're gonna keep all that? We're gonna have to sacrifice and give up something.
Me personally, I don't give a damn what y'all do. But in this hypothetical, I'm just saying, you said who should not be touched. If you think that moving off of Austin Reeves, if you think he should be moved, then that just goes to show you how quickly Laker fans get tired of playing with new toys, and then they let someone else play with those toys, and then SGA gets born.
Just want to win.
But you know what I'm saying? It's that's
You
how it
just
is.
want to win.
Jeannie Buss just said that Lakers fans are impatient.
They are impatient as hell. And that's why y'all had such a big ass drought from 2010 to 2020. Impatient as anyway. But the point of the matter is that if I told y'all don't hit the panic button, don't make the stupid trades that y'all were making when y'all saw, oh, Russell Westbrook's on the market, let's go get him. And then y'all ended up literally in purgatory and then climbed your way out of that hole by the grace of God. Keep what y'all got and like it. Damn it. Ride to the end with it.
Think about it. You traded Kendrick Nunn and got Rui Hachimura.
Right.
That was a heck of a trade.
Right. That spot on. Y'all can get gems. Y'all know how to mix. Y'all know how to, negotiate. Like, come on now. Give Rob Pelinka some credit.
If you're looking to get somebody and go to the next level, you're going to have to give up something that has value and that other team is going to want to desire. Hank has always talked about this depth thing. I feel like the Lakers don't have depth. Yeah, we got the players on the roster, but those guys have not been playing well. They haven't really been playing at all. The only person I feel like should be safe outside of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, believe it or not, is D'Angelo Russell. I think D'Lo is the only person who should not be touched in any trade proposal. If you need to get rid of AR, fine. If you need to get rid of Rui, fine.
So you're picking D'Lo over AR?
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you need someone to facilitate and not force LeBron to have that basketball in his hand all day, every day. And I believe in D'Angelo Russell as a facilitator for this team. He's not a big mistake maker
right now.
Yeah.
He's not a major mistake maker. So I feel real comfortable with him doing his job as that. These other guys, we're going to talk about our report card, but let's not forget, man, Austin Reeves got benched earlier this season. He's playing better, but he got benched, and he got benched for a reason. Rui Hachimura, who was projected to be a starter, he was working especially with LeBron one-on-one over the summer. He coming off of the bench, and then dealing with injuries and all that other stuff. So
yeah,
I just feel like D'Lo should be the safest because he's the one that could be able to facilitate which takes a huge responsibility off of LeBron James.
I feel you on that.
Let me see here. Y'all talked about Kobe Bryant. So, last 5 games, just a quick stat. Last 5 game 7s, Kobe versus LeBron. Here's their numbers. What you think about this, ZZ? I know y'all talk about clutch a lot and Mamba mentality and all that. But these are the last 5 game 7s for both LeBron and Kobe, and these are their numbers. That's all you got to say is, You see that plus minus?
Yeah, I see the plus minus.
Explain this. I mean, you have the floor. You the one that be talking this Kobe stuff to me. So explain what you're looking at right now.
I mean, I'm looking for the context here, but LeBron in his last 5
game,
last 5 game 7s is averaging 34 a game. How many of those game 7s did he win? Do you have that record?
We're using the same sample size, 5 for Kobe, 5 for LeBron. Their last 5. Why are you so mad at reality though?
I'm not. I'm asking what their records was in those game 7s.
I mean, I don't know. I just wanted you to.
I know you don't know.
Give me,
because there's no context behind this whatsoever. I know you don't know. However, I will say that I can do this exact same thing that he just did. Did anybody? I'm asking the live chat right now. Did anybody see Players' Choice's little post earlier about in winner go home games? I'm looking at the top 3 right now, and it's crazy because like I could sit up here and say Michael Jordan averaged 36.8 points per game in winner go home games. Kevin Durant averaged 36.2 points per game in winner go home games. LeBron James averaged 34.9 points per game in winner go home games. So Kevin Durant might just be a better in winner go home game performer than LeBron James. He might just be. Who knows? But am I really going to say that? No, because I know for a fact that LeBron James is him in game 7s too at the end of the day. And he's gotten a lot of wins. So it is what you got to contextualize it, 7. You can't just be putting that shit like Kobe in that game 7 that he played and he won his last championship. Kobe shot terribly in that game, but he made a dagger of a pass to Ron Artest in that game. He had 20 plus rebounds in that game. So did he play like ass or did he just shoot like ass in that game? Contextualize it. Stop playing with Kobe. Tired of you.
You know what, Hank? I try to use visuals because I don't want to waste my breath going back and forth. So I figure a picture is worth 1,000 words. Now, ZZ want to sit here and tell me, tell LAKERLAND, tell the American public that I'm speaking out of context when we're talking about this diagram, when it clearly says last 5 game 7s. It gives you a specific sample size, and the topic of discussion is the clutch gene, the Mamba mentality. I need an explanation for these numbers. And unfortunately, ZZ wants to dance around like this is a club and not answer my question.
So 7, is what you're saying to the American public that Kobe Bryant isn't clutch? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is LeBron James is clutch. That's what I want you to identify because you're so disrespectful show after show.
Who said he wasn't clutch? You keep on trying to put me in this little box and shit. And it's crazy to me because it's like, dude, I'll give LeBron James his props. Do I bust the balls from time to time? Yes, I do. Because I am not a bronzexual. 7 is, and he is proudly a bronzexual. And I love him for that. As a matter of fact, we need more people like you. Matter of fact, Players' Choice, this is a plug for us, by the way. Players' Choice is cooking up a little something for Christmas. Let's just say I might be matching up with the biggest bronzexual on the platform in Jalen Carter. Shout out Jalen. Love you, dog. But I could be, but I'm already got
with JC.
I might be locked in with JC on that for sure. But I already get practice every time we do LAKERLAND because we have the second biggest bronzexual on the platform and 7 Mitchell. But here we go. We love it, don't we? We just love it. We just love it. Seven wants the American public to know Kobe wasn't clutch. that's what I gathered from that graphic.
That's not what I'm saying. Y'all not gonna do that to me. That's not what I'm saying. But we gonna go ahead and
the
move
chat
on,
gonna
man.
go on fire on that one.
Yeah, I know. I see what he's trying to do, bro. I'm on to this dude, man. We got 82 games, so I'm definitely on to ZZ's tactics. This is LAKERLAND boys and girls 7, ZZ and Hank in the building, man. We about to go into halftime of the show, man. Make sure you guys do us a huge favor. Smash that like button if y'all in the live chat. Help us get this video to the top, man. I do want to go and acknowledge some of our new supporters and members here at Players Choice. We got some new family members, so big shout out to everybody who support and our new members, Flawless News. Shout out to you, Flawless, and thank you for becoming a member of Players Choice. YR and Monty, shout out to Monty. Thank you for becoming a member, family, and welcome to LAKERLAND. We got TC the Dawn in the building, joining Players Choice as a new family member. So shout out to the Dawn. And then, of course, the homie Jaleel White. Pardon me, guys. Shout out to Jaleel White for becoming a member of Players Choice. We definitely appreciate it. And thank you, last but not least, Flex Lona, new member at Players Choice, man. Shout out to Flex Lona. Shout out to all the supporters that come through LAKERLAND every episode, as well as Players Choice. You got any news or anything, ZZ, you want to get off before we get into the second half of the show?
Let me see. Only thing I will say, because I was thinking
You've been pretty respectful. You've been pretty respectful so far. I want to admit, I'll give you your props. You haven't went off the deep end yet, so I want to give you props.
Thank you. You want to know what I have today? I have a start bench cut for y'all today, courtesy of courtesy of Players Choice. Courtesy of Players Choice. I really want to hear this, right?
Cool.
Chat, y'all are in this too. Start bench cut. Austin Reeves, Jordan Poole, Malik Monk. Hank, I'll start with you.
Jordan Poole, Austin Reeves, Jordan Poole, Malik Monk.
Yep.
Oh, Malik Monk start, Austin Reeves bench, Jordan Poole cut.
Wow. Y'all are so disrespectful. Yeah. First of all, I'm starting a champion. I'm starting a guy that got the ring on his finger. That's number one. Let's start there.
Hey, Malik a former Laker too. Now.
I watched
Austin be here.
Did Malik Monk win the championship?
No, he didn't.
All right, then. So he's not a champion. Jordan Poole is a champion, and he was instrumental in winning the champion. You're gonna get rid of a champion. Why? Because he's playing with the Wizards?
Trash right now.
That's all. Because he's playing like ass. He's been playing like ass since he got paid, Seven. Since the moment that money touched his hand, that nigga playing like ass.
Ruby Rose could even make him play better.
I'm starting Jordan Poole. I am benching who was it? Because Malik Austin got to go. Austin Reeves got to go. Malik Monk will come off the bench for me. I watched Austin Reeves lose his job. So, yeah, Austin has to go. He's not expendable. So, yeah. Y'all need to get it together, man. Respect the champ. Respect the champion.
Respect the champ. Respect. This man literally said, my legacy is solidified because of my ring. I have no pressure. He is out there throwing alley-oops to his teammate down 20. He is out there doing a spin blade through 2 defenders and missing the entire rim. He is out there still turning the ball over. He still can't dribble. He still can't play defense. And he still can't be consistent. Still all the problems that Draymond knocked into him, or we thought knocked out of him, are still in Washington. They are like, he is making me feel bad for Kyle Kuzma right now.
But Kuzma balling compared to him.
And Kuzma balling. He need help. If Jordan Poole played to the level that he thinks he's playing at, or he always plays on because he's a champion. If he plays at that level that helped the Warriors win a championship, it might help the Wizards not be looked at as so much of a joke. But because he's still playing like Jordan Poole, the Wizards are even worse than they were last year, or the year before that, or the year before that. like they are just, he's made this team somehow worse.
And
that's
shooting a ton.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I blame the Golden State Warriors culture for whatever's going on with Jordan Poole. Whatever's happening to Jordan Poole, I blame Golden State. They're the culprits.
And I thought they should have kept him over Draymond for a second.
For a second, right? And then you
They should have kept. They should have kept him. They should have kept Kevin Durant. They should have kept KD over Draymond.
Look at what Jordan Poole
Golden
is.
State to me is the biggest. They're the biggest laughing stock.
You want to know what the biggest laughing stock
in the NBA?
You want to know what the biggest laughing stock is? I'll tell you what the biggest laughing stock is. The biggest laughing stock is that Draymond Green is shooting better from three than Jordan Poole this year. That's the biggest laughing stock to me. Because like you said, Hank, for a second you were like, oh wait, they could keep Jordan Poole, and then if they traded away Draymond Green, if they traded Draymond and kept Jordan Poole, you want to know what they would have lost? Draymond would have took the defense from the team. He would have took the playmaking from the team. And you mean to tell me that Jordan Poole going to give even half of that, even 25% of that, even 10% of that? You got to be stop. You better stop playing with Draymond. There's a reason that Draymond is going to be a guaranteed Hall of Famer, and Jordan Poole is going to always be the one that they're going to be like, you remember when he did that? Yeah.
Yeah, he turned into game 7. Draymond hitting all them threes the other day.
I'm saying, bro, stop playing with Draymond. That's y'all's problem. That's why Jordan got hit, because he played with Draymond. That's exactly why he got hit. Now look at him. His ass in Washington.
Expensive backpack.
Expensive backpack. That's an expensive trip to the ER, nigga. That's exactly what it was.
Is Steph Curry playing right now?
Yeah.
How about Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
And of course, you just spoke about Draymond Green. So that this is your three. This is your top 5 big three. We spoke on this one the last episode. Is Steve Kerr still coaching right now?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all not add on a Hall of Fame point guard in Chris Paul?
We did.
So explain to me why the hell y'all in last place in the Pacific Division.
You didn't ask me who was out. That's the one question I was waiting for you to ask.
No.
That's
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
When the Lakers were struggling.
I'll let you rock. I literally ran down all your highlights for your organization.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to talk to me to death about Andrew Wiggins and all this other stuff like they are the top of the food chain for your team. No, I mentioned all the big headlines, all the reasons that you guys supposed to have been successful. Y'all got y'all big three intact. Y'all coach is still there, and y'all added a Hall of Fame point guard. Why are y'all in last place in the Pacific Division?
I'm gonna have you look at the live chat because I didn't even want to answer this one, but look at the live chat. And then you'll find your answer that you haven't asked me the question to, and I'm still wondering why. Because it's funny to me. It's real funny to me how you Laker fans work. When y'all are going through a little struggle, y'all like to say, man, we ain't even Bit was on here. Love Bit to death. That's the homie. But Bit was on here. Oh, man, we going through injuries, bro. We ain't got our whole team. We ain't got, and then yep, we ain't got our whole team. Even though you still hate your depth, which is crazy to me. But whatever. The point of the matter is you haven't seen us fully healthy for a long period of time. Gary Payton II, our best perimeter defender outside of Draymond and Wiggins, just got hurt literally a week ago. And in the game before he got hurt, he was cooking, absolutely cooking. So I'm going to go away from this Warrior talk for a little bit.
It amazes me.
I don't feel like having a headache today. So
it amazes me.
I'm gonna let you have it.
That with all these guys with him having the big three, Steve Kerr, Chris Paul, is Andrew Wiggins' health. That's the deciding factor and the reason why Golden State is in last place.
Seven, let me ask you a question. In 2022, let me ask you this question. Hank, I'm gonna ask you too, as a matter of fact, because I really want to see how this plays out. In 2022, who won the championship? Answer for our question for
Golden State Warriors.
Correct. Hank, you said the Warriors too, right? Yep, cool. Who won Finals MVP?
Steph Curry.
Good job. Now, who would have won Finals MVP had Steph Curry not been Finals MVP for the Warriors? Who?
I believe Andrew Wiggins came in second in votes.
Yeah. Mind you, this was the season that Andrew Wiggins was an all-star starter. So after everyone was hating on Andrew Wiggins for being an all-star starter, in the biggest stage of the seaon, he clamps up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown when he was switched on to him. He out-rebounds the Celtics big men in a pivotal game for it, nobody likes to talk about, and came second in finals MVP voting. After everybody was like, why is he an all-star starter? Which, granted, I understand why you felt that way, but he kind of shut the haters up for a little bit. Now, that person is injured now. So that kind of sucks for the Warriors, wouldn't you think? It'd be the
Was he
equivalent
injured
of
last year? Was he injured last year?
Cracked ribs. He was injured. He was out for the season towards the end of the season. He had cracked ribs in the playoffs, all courtesy be it to
Wait a minute.
LeBron James.
Wait a minute. What do you mean towards the end of the season? Because I remember us, the Lakers, eliminating Golden State in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I remember Andrew Wiggins not being in that game 6. Crazy, right? Now we're
game
putting the pieces together, aren't we?
Bro. So he literally played the entire regular season, and he played 5 games
regular season. Not the entire regular season. He was out. He was out for the last third of the season. Literally.
And he comes back and play an entire round of the playoffs, right?
Right.
Because we eliminated y'all in the second round or the first?
Second round. Not the first. That's crazy. Second round.
So what happened? What happened to this all-star starter, the guy that was second in MVP votes the year before? What happened last year?
Did I not just say he had cracked ribs? Chat, did I say he had cracked ribs?
But forget the cracked ribs.
Forget the cracked ribs.
He played.
Now, you know what? Let's move on. Move on. Because if we go forget the cracked ribs, then forget all of Anthony Davis's injuries. Forget that. Nigga should have played. Forget Clay's ACL and Achilles tear. Nigga should have played. What are we doing right now, Seven? What the hell are we doing right now? I love you, but what the hell are we doing right now?
Let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about Darvin Ham. Let's talk about the starting 5 for the Los Angeles Lakers. So earlier today, ZZ, Hank, and myself, we came up with our report cards for the original starting 5 of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, over the weekend, the Lakers went with AD, Taurean Prince, LeBron James, Cam Reddish, and D'Angelo Russell. But at the start of the season, of course, Austin Reeves was plugged in at the starting rotation. So now that we're about a quarter of the way into the season, we wanted to grade each guy individually and their performances overall. So D'Angelo Russell, ZZ's giving D'Angelo Russell surprisingly a B-. I see Hank has given him a B. I'm giving him a C+. What are you seeing in D'Angelo Russell, ZZ, that's giving you a B- for him? Because you've been critical of him all offseason.
I'm most critical of most of the time of the players that I genuinely like and I want to see succeed. D'Angelo Russell has been that way for me since he came into the league in 2015. Since then, I've always seen the talent in him. And I've always said, and I still think back to that Brooklyn run into the postseason, his first All-Star nod, because that was a moment where I was like, you take a young player, you put him on a team that doesn't have that many expectations, then everybody gets surprised if they actually do well, which they did. Now he's back on the Lakers, coming around full circle. He's playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And all I've needed him to do is to slow down and focus more on the facilitation aspect that Seven alluded to earlier in the show, right? When D'Lo is facilitating, it makes a lot of other people's jobs easier for the Lakers, especially the pick and rollers, from what I've seen this season. D'Lo in the pick and roll has been pretty damn solid for what I've seen, especially for the Lakers. So because of all that, and he's been relatively consistent in that style of play alone, B-. Solid.
Now, we were all pretty much on the same board when it came to Austin Reeves. I think you guys gave Austin Reeves a C. I think I gave AR-15 a C+ because he lost his position, but he was able to come off the second unit, and he's shown a lot of improvement, and he's shown a lot of value coming out of the second unit. So that's why I give Austin Reeves a little bit of his flowers. But Prince is what got me with y'all two. Y'all giving Prince, Hank's giving Prince a C. I got a C minus from ZZ. I feel like Tyrese Prince has failed the assignment so far in this first quarter of this basketball season for the Lakers. What do you see in Prince, Hank, that's you giving him a pass?
Well, I'm saying defensively, he's pretty good. His offensive numbers are way below his average career wise. So
And
in that
shooting,
sense,
and that's what that's what he was brought for.
yeah,
Partially.
he needs that. But defensively, I say okay. He's helping the team in that aspect. That's why I didn't give him an F. I feel like he's doing his job on that end. But he's played with 19 games out of the 21 or whatever, something like that.
Yep, 19.
But he has to raise his averages up, and I think he'll be fine. And historically, it seems like he will do it. We'll see.
So ZZ, you gave Prince a C minus. So you feel like he is just basically being average?
Yeah, I mean, with Taurean Prince, like I knew exactly what they brought him in for, which was literally 3-and-D play. So when I'm evaluating 3-and-D players, I often think to myself, they're not supposed to be the best player on the team. They could be the best shooter on the team, depending on the team, but they're supposed to be very, very solid on the defensive end, not enough to where you look at them as a liability. And so I thought to myself, is Taurean Prince really a liability out here for these guys? Nah, he's just missing shots. At the end of the day, like
No,
said,
he is a
defense
liability.
still
Yes,
solid.
he is.
You think so? You think so?
He's missing wide open shots.
Yes, yeah. I
The
get that. But I'm saying, those are the type of things that you can afford to kind of deal with the same way that, KCP. I think about KCP all the time. This man's role was 3-and-D, and he was missing a lot for a long period of time that made LeBron and Laker Nation mad. But eventually, it was enough to where even if he was hitting, more of his shots come time for the finals that year, the Lakers would have beat the Heat in like 4. But he still was shaky, and they still were able to win a championship despite how bad he was playing for that stretch of time. But his
the
role
Lakers
never
had a
changed.
cushion back then.
They did.
Anthony Davis was consistent shooting. They had Danny Green. And I know he had his inconsistent moments, but the Lakers did have shooters. I mean, Alex Caruso, he wasn't the greatest offensive scorer, but he was kind of efficient. They had a more of a cushion back when KCP was playing. Like right now, it's like the Lakers don't have nobody that's consistently hitting wide open shots. And Taurean Prince, his 3-point percentage, especially from the corner, he was supposed to be one of the best players shooting that shot because it's the most easiest 3-point on a basketball court. And he just time at the time missed a lot of opening spots. And ever since he's came into the starting rotation, I have not been impressed since game 1.
I feel you.
I don't know.
It's still wild though.
So we all giving LeBron an A.
Yeah.
I'm giving Anthony Davis an A as well. You and Hank both are giving Anthony Davis an A minus. Why an A minus from you, ZZ? And then Hank, you let me know why you give AD an A minus.
Mainly because although Anthony Davis is having a very solid season so far, which is why I gave him an A in general, the problem that we have with Anthony Davis is still kind of there, where it's like you don't really know if AD is going to give it that 100% effort or however you want to call it every single night, which means that there are nights where he can be solid and there are nights where you kind of are like, oh, he's just he played like Zion last night. Good Lord. I bet on that nigga Zion for 30 points. This man had 10. I was pissed.
We had like 10 or something like that.
He had 10 points. He had 8 shots the whole night in his in-season tournament elimination game. 8 shots. But that's what I'm talking about. Is like more along the lines of AD is still a bit shaky, but he isn't as shaky as he was last season. Last season I would have gave him probably a B+. But so I think I'm being more fair to him than anything. So yeah, that's my thing.
What do you see, Hank, that you give him an A minus?
Hey, he's playing 19. How many games he done played? 19 games so far this year, or 20 games? No, he playing 20 games out of the 21. He'd have been out already for about half of those games last year. So that boosted his average up, his grade up from there. And then he is pretty much the defensive player of the year right now. He's leading the league in blocks. He's second in rebounds. He's a problem on the defensive end. Only reason why he's not getting higher is that, again, I feel like offensively he can do a little bit more. He's what, top 25 in scoring? But if he was to get in that MVP race, he got to get up to that 27, 28 range, which I think he can do.
I'm not even considering him being an MVP, but I keep asking y'all. I want to be clear. If y'all can give me a number of y'all expectations that he should be averaging per game.
He
With
should
him
be averaging
exuberate
26.
so much energy on the defensive end, being the best, one of the best, if not the best defensive player right now in the league. How much are y'all expecting this guy to average points per game wise?
26.
25, 26.
25, 26. All right.
Giannis does it, don't he?
Hell yeah, he do it because Giannis is better than him.
At what?
Being
At basketball?
Basketball. Game of basketball. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like James Harden said, oh, it'd be easy if all I have to do was just run and dunk. How many championships James Harden said? There
He'll
it
get
is.
one this year.
Y'all are tripping.
James Harden will get one this year.
Oh, I hope so. If
He's gonna get what this year?
bounce out the fucking
He's gonna get
break.
what?
Oh my god.
So LeBron, talk to me about LBJ real quick. Why has LeBron gotten an A from y'all?
Go ahead, Hank.
Oh, for me, man, come on. What year is this now? 21?
21.
He playing the top. He's the second most minutes on his team. He's got the most points on his team per game. He's second in assists. Yeah, he's solid, man. This is a good season for him. He's setting records for the year he's playing in. I think he's doing very well. Obviously not an A+, because he probably can do. He's going to have to do more in order for the team to get past Denver and then Western Conference Finals or to get to the finals. But solid for him over so far, and he's played pretty much every game, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
What about you, ZZ? You gave LeBron James an A. You've been on. I have nothing bad to say about this
Thank
episode
you.
with you.
Thank you.
Why LeBron gets an A from you? I mean, no. You can tell me whatever. I'm going by the documentation and what history shows. But you stood on business when it came to him and your report card grade for the first quarter of the season. What was your biggest reason why you feel like LeBron is still playing at an A level to you?
I just think if anybody had this question to grade LeBron so far this season, like, how could you not give him an A? I just genuinely, we've never seen anything like this before in year 21 of any player. Like the last player that I remember that was playing past year 20, Vince Carter, I think. Before that, Kevin Garnett, I think, Dirk. And I was sitting there saying, you can tell that these dudes are done. These dudes don't have nothing in the chamber anymore. Maybe one good signature move at best, but not 24, 7, and 6 or whatever LeBron's averaging. Shooting it at 55%, 38% from three, which for LeBron is respectable for me. I know that for most great three-point shooters, the mark is like 40%, but for LeBron, 38% after an abysmal shooting performance last year in the postseason is good. It's great. It's enough. So A for me, for sure. And I still also had to give him a grade above Anthony Davis. Had to.
I'm sorry, Hank. I'm sorry. I really thought this guy was going to be able to go through an episode without disrespecting LeBron. I really thought we almost at the end of the show. We literally had 5 minutes left. I just gave this dude some props and he done did it.
You thought it was going to be that easy? You thought that the show was going to be that smooth?
What is this, ZZ? Like, is this some type of participation grade that you're giving LeBron an A for because it's something that we've never seen before? It's like you're giving him so many props because in year 21, 39 years of age, we are literally seeing things that we haven't seen before. I don't understand how that automatically justifies as an A on a report card grade. Give that man an A because he's unstoppable. because you haven't seen anybody stop him. Like, stop disrespecting LeBron James, bro. You want to
I'm
give him all
saying
these
is
participation points and
Glaze.
participation credit? What does the eye test tell you about what's happening on the basketball court? He's
I
still
give him an A+ if he was a top 5 player in the game right now. That's when I'd give him an A+.
he is a top 5 player in the game right now. He's
He's not.
the greatest of all time.
It's your opinion, sure.
That's a fact. That ain't no opinion. That's
That's
a
an
fact.
opinion. That's an opinion. I know a fact from an opinion, Seven. I learned that in like
you,
third
man.
grade, my nigga. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about you. Oh, I swear, man. I swear.
He
All right,
made
man.
dope
This
on
is a
him.
wrap. Episode 27 is officially in the book. We called him a what? Don't get me started with email.
You know what he
Please
called
don't.
him, bro. I didn't even know that he called him that until like 2 days after. Like it was after we did the show. But he actually said that to him. Like he just said stop being one. He ain't call him it. But that was what started the pot. I was like, dang, Braun getting disrespected by me on Lakerland, and then in real life by email.
Not
That's
disrespect.
crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god.
All right, people. This is our report card for the original starting 5, how we feel these guys have been doing so far in this first quarter of the NBA season. Y'all give us your thoughts and opinions. Hope you guys have a great week. We are now officially about to end the stream. We'll be back at you guys for our 2-hour show every Sunday, 1:00 p.m. Eastern, live here on Players Choice. Make sure you guys smash that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Major shout out to the homie Tank Jones. Big up to our brother Leaf. Also Cole, our brother Cole in the building. Salute to you guys for joining us this evening. Lloyd also chopped it up. I see A11 Gravy popped in with us tonight. Shout out to you, Markavian, in the building. Salute to all you guys that came through Lakerland tonight. We'll see y'all this Sunday, man. I hope you guys stay safe. I'm going to get ZZ together. I promise you guys. The respectful LeBron will happen. It will happen through a whole stream. I got y'all. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.